Welcome to the Tangled Puppet. To all my new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. To all my returning ones, I appreciate you so much. You know how hard I've worked to get where I'm at. But let's get serious. So let's say the prayer, and then I have a deep message to give today. Not wanted, but it's hurting right here until I put it out. Let me put it like that. Okay, so Archangel Michael and God, the highest of all, I'm calling on you today for assistance and protection and guidance for this reading, because this is a serious channel message you want me to put out. So I'm asking for divine guidance, protection, and energy to make it flow smoothly the way you would have it, as above, so below, like it tried to get stuck. Okay, so just last year alone, I've spoken to 4 to 5 people I know personally. When they started coming awake, I told them 2 things, 2 very important things. No love spells and no death spells, because you are to harm none. You know, you can't do divine work and harm folks. It's not going to work like that. You're going to get that back. And so it's come to my attention that maybe I'm not really explaining this to the people the way that they need to get it. So here's the thing. I'll tell you like my guides told me when I come awake. If you think it, you feel it, and you say it, well, that's a spell. So if you say, I wish that person's gonna die, or I hope they fucking die, you just put a death spell on somebody. And guess what happens if they really die? From my learnings, it's the one you love the most that goes. But that's what I've seen. And I've seen this a lot. Honestly, you guys don't know me or know her either, but I dealt with a sibling of mine with the same energy. She still doesn't feel bad for what she done, because that guy was abusing her husband when he was a child, and she was pissed about it. She's still pissed about it. She told me, I'm going to stay in that jar. My sister's dying. My sister has severe cancer, and it hurts my soul dearly, because that was my ace boon coon right there. That was my other witch, and she turned dark on me. And it hurt my feelings dearly. Like, it almost makes me cry. I don't know. We're supposed to have that cottage. But I can't play in that cottage with her anymore, because she don't have a lantern for the light. She turned the light off. Somebody's going to pull up at their house. Their lights are going to be off tonight. Maybe your power got shut off, or maybe you forgot to pay the bill. Or maybe it's a power outage. My guides want me to tell you, if you are a victim to your own demise, you need to pray about it. You need to pray about it, because I'm scared for you. I'm scared for anybody who's done that has children. I'm scared for your children. It's not the person that dies' call. It's not your call. It's God's. And the divine doesn't really play. And we're responsible. Our children pay for our actions up until they are 21. They are a reflection of what we do. And if we are sending death spells and negativity out, it will come back to us. When it affects us, it's going to affect 7 generations. So that's why I would worry about your kids, because it's 7 backwards, 7 forwards. Before I knew she done that, had been working in our ancestry a lot. And I literally drove to my sister's house states away to tell her what she had done, because as I'm cleaning up our lineage, she's over here dirtying it up, trying to get everybody cursed. Well, we went to spiritual court, and she basically was exiled from the help of them. She can talk to them all day long. They don't accept the sound of her voice. And she did tell her child and them that she had done this to 2 people. And I advised her that she needed to go undo what she had done and go tell that person what she had done, because they weren't dead at that point. I don't know if they ever did, or if he ever did. I haven't talked to them because I did what my ancestors told me to, and I cut ties. But she chose not to. Had she chose to undo things and go tell that person what she had done, because let me explain to you something about how ballsy my sister was as well. We are white folks by our ancestry. We are Italian and Irish with some other little blends in there. Her husband is a Ponca Indian. His daddy is the chief. The chief she put in a jar. My ancestors, our dad, who is dead, who has been dead since 99, who watched this whole thing start up, talked to us through another medium. This is how we both got on this path. We wanted to see how these tarot readings and stuff worked a long time ago. I had a deck of cards that was passed down generationally, but I didn't know how to present them to people yet. I'm like, well, I'll go pay for your reading because I want to see how this is going to work. And she's like, okay, you come in with me. I just had my youngest son. We go in there. And first off, she's like, well, I'm having a really hard time picking up because your energy's overtowering hers. And I'm having a hard time deciphering. Well, when my dad stepped in, she was like, I see this big lumberjack standing behind you. He like drives trucks or something. He's got a plaid shirt on. He's always on the go. And my sister goes, ask him who his favorite is. And I was like, oh my gosh, why would you say that? I mean, I knew if he picked either one of us, somebody was about to have their feelings hurt, because we was both daddy's girls. We were from different mothers. She's the oldest, and I'm the oldest from my mother of his child. We look very much alike, and there's some years in there. Like, I'd like to go see my big sister and lay my head in her lap and play like she's mama for a minute, but I don't get to do that no more. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to let Divine handle this all out. But our little sisters, her little sister, my little sister, they look alike. And we all 4 have the same dad, but those 2 are blonde hair, blue eyes. She is tall and I'm short, and the other one is tall and she's shorter. Not as short as me, but I'm the shortest. I guess this is going to be something more personal that I'm going for before I get into this. This year on my channel, I'm going to do something. I'm going to tell my story of how I became Brandy. My name is Brandy, and I really like to go by B. So that's what it is. And I would like to introduce you to how I become B from Brandy. And it was a journey, because that's how we come up with the Tangled Puppet. That comes after B. That's like, I need you to understand how we got to B and then the Tangled Puppet. Because the Tangled Puppet's here to help you unravel your past, to bring you to your future, to bringing the olden ways to nowadays. Copyrighted me. That's my saying. That's my slogan. And I have rights to it, so don't do it. But I want you to know that she didn't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to be called the Tangled Puppet. No, Divine gave me that name and told me that is going to be the name of my business, because we are to unravel where people are tangled in their emotions, in their spirit, in their soul from lifetime to lifetime, and can't get their lessons learned because they're so tangled. So I was instructed to untangle these people. And I'm a puppet. So, as we are not your master, we will never be the puppet master. I am a puppet as well on this game of life with you. And chosen ones, we all got a purpose somewhere. So, I really like clowns and stuff. So, it worked for me. It worked for me. My ears ringing. All I can say is I need you to take this serious, people. Love spells and death spells is against people's will. To wish something be done other than God's will, that's not right or correct. I mean, you can for yourself. Of course, you have free will to do as you wish, because even the gods won't intervene, because that's your will and your right. Your constitutional right in the spirit is to be a sovereign soul, a sovereign being, and of your own energy, to make proper decisions, to learn your lessons, to evolve, not go down lower. And I've seen some of the goodest people lose their damn wings over this, and it's really got me in my emotions today, because the person that I have to talk to, or I had to talk to about this today, is young. She's so young and she's got a beautiful soul, but I was seeing her wings molt off of her. And I did tell her my concerns, but I don't think she understands the severity, and that's why I'm putting this message out. I love you, girl, but I need you to understand something. That was wrong action to take. No matter what he did or didn't do. You're not God. You can't wish that somebody die and call death on them like that. And I'm worried for you. So, with that being said, I'm going to say a prayer for the collective. Spirit team, God, the Most High, Ra and Isis, like, we need to tilt the plate here. Like, the scales are becoming unbalanced in a way. I see too many let some emotions dictate their purpose, and we're losing our chosen ones because of emotions. And if it's your will, help me balance the scales for those who don't have to be the fallen, that can rise. So whatever thy will be done, but my heart goes out to those who don't understand the actions, because you can't erase them. All right. I can release the past and forgive everyone. I free myself and everyone in my life from the old past hurts. They are free and I am free to move into a gracious experience. Your guides are saying that's a good affirmation to start with your prayers. I relinquish any curses or hexes that I put on anybody else or myself in this life or any other life, as above, so below. And, you know, maybe if you hit your knees properly and really, really get the gods to to understand. You need to plead your own case like you're in court. You need to justify yourself and not excuses, because they know the whole truth. So you're going to have to say, I've gotten my emotions and I fucked up and I need to redeem myself. I know I'm going to have karma from this, but please show me how to redeem this. I got chills all over. Something about right here again. Just this arm. Divine wisdom guides me. Heed wise counsel when it comes to you. Your guides don't send useless information to waste your time to you. They tell you something years prior because they know. They already know. They knew when they said hello. There's something special about you. I am guided throughout this day in making the night. And making the right choices. Sorry, these words are kind of hard to read when they're all like this. But divine intelligence continuously guides me in the realization of my goals. So I am safe, right? So you are safe because the divine has not said, I'm done with you. You know what I mean? But you're going to have to go talk to him. You're going to have to go to spiritual court over this, is what I'm hearing. I see my parents as tiny children who need love. I have compassion for my parents' childhoods. And their adulthoods. I have compassion for my parents, and I now know that I choose them because they were perfect for me. I had to learn, I had to forgive them, and I had to set them free. And I set myself free. 7 generations before, 7 generations after can be released if you listen to me. Because you got to find the lesson in it. And then you got to come forth and state that you know the lesson in it. And then feel the energy. See what happens. Like if you have really bad luck after that and it gets worse, you'll know they did not accept your prayer. Maybe you need to put out some offerings. All right. Let's crank it up a notch. That parent card coming out. Really, the divine is like, all right, we're on and popping. They really tapped in now. All right. Holy Father, when it comes to this, I see my parents as tiny children. Yeah, with this wheat here, this is growth. Celebration. With this flower, this is growth, though. You see, the seeds were planted and grew. Beautiful. And all that darkness, she still got that golden little heart right here. Go back to the beginning of the message where I said how I've seen this dealt with. The person I'm talking to. I just realized something when it said this parent card. You need to listen to me so your feelings don't get hurt. Now, this celestial teacher here is trying to tell you. It's divine wisdom. They definitely got their eyes on their prize. That golden heart there. And see, that flower over here is a little wilting. So, you have a person who has the most beautiful heart growing through all of this. turmoil going on, this chaos, but they still got the light all around them. And that goes for this parent card, because the compassion that you've had for them is what grew them so beautifully in a time of all this darkness. This divine wisdom that guides you. Let's get a card about that. Yeah, this is going to help you find balance, baby.
It's too weird.
Oh, okay, but I will have a pause. So let's not talk about them. Divine wisdom that guides. Explain this divine wisdom. Oof. Okay, I'm going to keep them both. Like I said, you might need to hit your knees and surrender. Surrender to it, really. And like, that's not pretend surrender. That's not, I go to the altar and do things the Christian way and ask you to forgive my sins, and then turn around and be a hypocrite. I'm not talking about that. I'm not calling Christians hypocrite either. I guess that sounded bad. But I'm saying that this can't be no black cauldron type of thing. You can't do it once and turn around and go out and do it again and think you're going to be all right, because you might get struck by lightning if you did that. I have a feeling Zeus might get you.
Good night.
Good night, baby. Give me a kiss. So you definitely are going to have to surrender. That way you can keep getting that good night kiss. That divine wisdom, you know. This person or somebody I'm talking to could have a 6-year-old child, or could be 31 years old. But I release the past. I release the past and forgive everyone. See, she has a basket full of flowers. Like, you might really need to get some offerings. This has to do with the color red and green, because it's the root chakra that's out. We got the throat chakra out. We got the head feeling like it's been cut off, because we don't have a body on this lady over here. I see somebody is about to go on a journey, whether she takes a flight somewhere or drives somewhere, but this is somebody who's going to have their glasses on, looking out for that flag that tells them when they're at their destination. So I release the past. Your intuition was already telling you that everything and everyone about this whole situation has to have forgiveness. You can take it and chop it up to every person in this life has lessons. Their path is put out in front of them. And what they choose to do with it is their choice of lessons. You have to accept them for who they are. You can't change people. You have to accept them either as they are and have them in their life, or accept them as they are and just leave them from your life. Because to go against their free will and demand changes in people's lives like that is controlling, and you can't control the divine. God is in control. You're not a god or a goddess like that. You can't do that. So, and on the bottom right here, look, this plant is back in, getting watered and loving life. Still happy wearing red, but using that heart chakra with that green hose to water things.